The Buddha's Golden Teachings. Learning to let go and practice patience to be free from distress and suffering. Welcome back everyone to Mind Podcast. Happiness or despair depends on our mental attitude when facing a life full of ups and downs. Those who see life as clouds constantly changing shape will always remain calm in the face of changes. Those who see life as a journey will always perceive its dust and wind. Those who see life as a battlefield will continually face conflicts. Life is simply like that. There seems to be neither right nor wrong, only acceptance. Often, it takes many failures to realize the precious value of humility and patience. Often, it takes many successes to realize the priceless nature of courage and faith. Often, it takes meeting many people to appreciate the value of genuine friendship. Often, it takes colliding with myriad experiences to treasure understanding and magnanimity. The more we pursue fame and profit, the more we come to appreciate renunciation and detachment. Confronting numerous conflicts helps us grasp the importance of harmony. And when we are frequently annoyed by things or people, we realize the value of cultivating our minds and refining our characters. The more socializing we do, the more we value serenity and tranquility. Facing dishonesty many times makes us cherish sincerity and simplicity. To know how to forget the things that make us unhappy, to know how to leave the places and people that make us feel diminished, this is someone who truly knows how to live. Human life doesn't last a full 100 years, but exists in each breath. Therefore, we should live beautifully, wholeheartedly, and unburdened in every breath so that each breath can lead us to a noble life. Do not harbor any intention to compete with anyone in this world, because there is no true number one, nor is there anyone truly indispensable. Number one and indispensable are only illusions created by our ego. Everything we have in this life is temporary. If things go smoothly, enjoy them because they will soon pass. If things do not go well, do not worry because it will not last. Many of our sorrows arise from the fear of losing something or someone we're so used to. When that loss actually occurs, people become shaken, lose their sense of purpose, fall into suffering, and cannot accept reality. In truth, no one can lose what they don't really possess. What truly belongs to you will always belong to you. What does not belong to you will leave, no matter how tightly you try to hold on. Once you realize that what you are insisting on is not genuinely necessary, once you reduce your desire for it and your dependence on it, you become freer and happier. Love sincerely, as much as you can, but don't let your own peace and happiness hinge too much on someone else. All kinds of afflictions stem from ourselves. Whenever they arise, it is an opportunity to return and observe our inner mind, recognize our own shortcomings, and strive to transform. In this world, many things we witness are not actually as they seem. To witness merely means to see. Seeing does not mean seeing clearly. Seeing clearly does not guarantee understanding. Understanding does not mean fully comprehending. Fully comprehending does not mean you're completely enlightened on all matters. Everything we hear is just an idea, not necessarily reality. Everything we see is often colored by personal bias, not necessarily the truth. Those who can doubt even their own perceptions and what they hear are usually more cautious in all their dealings in life. When we cultivate the habit of not rushing to draw conclusions or not hastily praising or criticizing anyone, we will reduce the times we feel ashamed or embarrassed for having said something we regret. Where there is creation, there will be destruction. Where there is union, there will be separation. Yet most of us desire everything to last forever, never to change. People suffer because they want permanence, while the nature of life is impermanence. Sometimes, when facing the ravages of impermanence, people feel as if they're about to collapse. But if one truly understands the philosophy of dependent origination, one will realize that for a long time we have enjoyed so many gifts from the universe. Now, the universe is taken a little back to share with others that is the natural way of things. There is nothing bitter about it. On the other hand, some people disregard others' suffering for their own gain or pleasure. Thus, in the gain and joy of one person always exists the loss and sorrow of another. Yet why bother looking at the negative aspects of society when that's the inherent nature of this world? If we know how to let go, only then can our hearts be at peace. When you have a mindset of adapting to conditions, you will live a life that is entirely open. With a peaceful heart, you can live at ease. When you have compassion in your heart, you can accomplish many good deeds. By maintaining an attitude of gratitude, you will feel even happier. Being aware of the law of cause and effect, you will make wiser decisions. Knowing when to yield will bring more joy into life. With a simple, genuine heart, everything that comes your way will be much easier. Ultimately, after living a lifetime, what do we realize? Life doesn't need to be extremely affluent. It only needs each day to be meaningful. Happiness doesn't come from comparing ourselves with others. It arises from the heart's kindness. Lasting joy does not come from the external world, but from one's inner being. In life, when you have an advantage, don't take everything for yourself. You could chase after worldly benefits your entire life and still not exhaust them. Recognize enough as enough. Even if you're in the right, don't push others into a corner. Secular reasoning, no matter how much you debate it, cannot be fully resolved even in 1,000 years. Even if you claim victory, you may lose your gentle, compassionate nature. Though you may be truly talented, never belittle others. Comparing people to one another can cause hurt. Comparing objects can lead to discarding one of them. In society, if you act too clever, people will doubt you. Being too perfectionistic easily breeds hostility. Being too arrogant will drive people away. Overthinking generates anxiety. Being too picky only torments oneself. Wanting too much leads to exhaustion. Only when you feel inner happiness will the days flow calmly and the body and mind feel at peace. Only then will life be worth living. Don't hold on too stubbornly to anything. This world isn't reserved just for you. The earth doesn't revolve just for you. Therefore, don't cling too tightly to what you currently have. We are all mere travelers in this dusty world. We are born with nothing. We die taking nothing. So learn to let go. One day of awakening is worth more than 1,000 years of dreaming. With a sober mind, place your palms together, let go of all attachments, and truly return to being human. Saving a little money is fine, but don't become overly calculating about it. Anyone who habitually judges others by their money will soon become a slave to money. Sometimes it's acceptable to be a bit lazy, but don't let yourself be disheveled all day. Fulfill your responsibilities properly, contribute your fair share, and avoid being a parasitic burden on society. Having a touch of ambition is acceptable, but don't become tyrannical or let a malicious mindset turn you into a demon. Being somewhat intelligent is good, but don't assume that you're clever while everyone else is foolish. Otherwise, in this world, there would be only one fool, and that fool would be you. Being a bit tolerant is commendable, but don't allow others to look down on you or take advantage of your tolerance to continue committing mistakes. In any situation, we should still maintain our dignity and self-respect. Being slightly naive brings more happiness than being too smart and suffering from your own ambitions. Being a bit foolish can help one calmly handle situations. There's a saying, a fool enjoys a fool's own fortune. Being foolish does not mean you have a low IQ or slow comprehension. Rather, it means that regarding this human existence, you hold a degree of understanding, as well as a hint of nonchalance. When opportunities come, you do your best to seize them. For things beyond your reach, you can smile and let them go. For any unattainable affection, you gently release it. Such foolish people are generous in spirit, easily content, and in good spirits. Being a bit of a fool, not quibbling with others, leads to a freer life. Indeed, being somewhat foolish can be better. Overly meticulous calculations tire us out. When facing those who love small gains, fools are unafraid to concede a little. When encountering people who crave outward pride, fools are willing to offer some praise. For those who enjoy flattery and sweet talk, fools just quietly withdraw and pay no attention. It's not that they don't see these flaws. They simply don't want to mention them. Fools can usually show tolerance and empathy for others. Happiness is, in truth, very simple. It's merely knowing when to advance or retreat. Not competing is a kind of wisdom and also a form of compassion. To let yourself off the hook is also to let others off the hook. Being a bit of a fool isn't really a disadvantage. Not asking too much of your family members will keep harmony at home. Not arguing too much with your significant other will keep the relationship enduring and happy. Not being too calculating with friends strengthens the bond. Being a bit of a fool means learning how to make your life pleasant, not rushing too hard after worldly gains, and not overthinking trivial matters. Throughout history, many overly shrewd people have harmed themselves by their own cleverness. From now on, be a little bit foolish. Don't let life's worldly affairs trouble you. Only then can you remain calm amid life storms and attain true peace and freedom. Over time, we mature. When confronted with harsh realities of the world, of society, a mature person remains enthusiastic, resilient, and cherishes every moment of life. They appreciate the value of life, know that being born into this world is a precious thing, and know how to yield. A mature person consciously removes certain things from their life's journey, like false friends, meaningless indulgences, trivial gossip, and simultaneously preserves and values their self-confidence, kindness, and humility. Some people remain silent in all circumstances. They won't explain themselves when misunderstood. They won't argue back when criticized. They won't defend themselves when slandered. Their silence is not due to fear or cowardice, but because they want time to prove everything. Sometimes, silence helps one's state of mind remain calmer than venting emotions. Silence can be a sign of experience and maturity. Knowing how to let go of certain things means knowing how to live. Letting go of blaming life for our problems. Letting go of the urge to control others. Letting go of the fear of difficulties before even starting the job. Letting go of perfectionism and self-criticism. Letting go of any mental barriers hindering you from changing. Letting go of the habit of seeking attention. Letting go of the subjective belief that you're always right. And letting go of living by others' judgments and living so that others can look at you. How many of these 8 things have we managed to let go? Is it worth comparing ourselves to life? Take a few minutes to sit quietly with yourself. When your mind is at peace, heaven and earth feel boundless. Don't be miserable. Let everything be. The key is acceptance, change, and departure. If you can't accept, then change. If you can't change, then let it go. Optimists often use a smile to bridge over life's discontents. Pessimists only know how to complain, forgetting the joy of being alive. Don't always ask others why. Instead, ask yourself, what qualifications do I have? If people treat you well, it could be because you've treated them well in return, or you hold some significance to them. Don't expect everyone to understand you, because everyone has their own preferences and priorities. As long as you know what you're doing and what your goal is, that's enough. Enjoy what you do. Even if you're slandered, do not give up or become pessimistic, because no one is born able to accomplish everything flawlessly. One must do their best in each task. When you're sad or tired, learn to comfort yourself. If nobody cares, you have to be strong on your own. If no one encourages you, then you must learn to fly by your own strength. No matter how bad your mood is, don't let it show on your face. No matter how exhausting work is, don't complain. No matter how poor or suffering you become, refrain from lamenting. Even if you are disappointed, don't collapse. If you're disheartened, don't give up. If you face hardship, don't whine. Because the problem is not the job, but within ourselves. Treasure each choice you make. Everyone has their own responsibilities and can't always help you. Stay strong a bit longer. No matter how tough life is, don't lose self-confidence, because all good things are still ahead. Everyone has different strengths. There's no need to prove it to anyone else. Just strive to showcase it. People will sense it. 1 minute of anger causes you to lose 60 seconds of joy in life. So let's learn to adapt and take it lightly. No matter what, as long as you choose it for yourself, there's no right or wrong or regret. Every decision has its reasons. Sometimes, you just need to understand that, and that's enough. Be a calm person. Live life with a smile on your face and keep faith in your heart. Then, life will always be beautiful. Whether you are highly intelligent or have strong communication skills is not that important. Character is essential. Put simply, you may not be very bright or charming conversationalist, but you must have determination. If a little trouble can knock you down, or a single harsh comment can make you anxious, or someone's slander can discourage you, that's a sign your character is still immature. You must work to change your impulsiveness, overcome your laziness, let go of your unproductive doubts, and resist everyday temptations. Devote your energy to what truly matters and keep your mind serene to accomplish the tasks at hand. After putting in all your effort, you will realize that you are far more capable than you think. Life's days should not be wasted. If you merely drift along, all good things will drift farther from you. Life is not meant for surrender. The more you evade responsibility, the smaller the space reserved for you. Regarding some matters, don't undermine yourself too much. If something belongs to you, be patient and keep it, rather than letting it become someone else's and then complaining or trying to fight for it. With certain people, express your opinion clearly so the world understands what you need. Don't let others decide for you and then make you passively submit to their will. If you do good deeds, yet meet adversity, remind yourself, in this world, there are those who cherish every favor they receive, even if it's just a single candy. But there are also many who see receiving help from others as a matter of course, only demanding more and blaming you if unfulfilled. If you happen upon such a person, treat helping them as an opportunity to practice generosity, to do good for yourself. That's enough. When flattered by others, be happy for a moment, but don't rush to believe it as truth. Much flattery is simply pleasing words. Don't let sweet talk deceive you. When you're criticized, you may feel sad, but don't flare up in anger. There's probably some truth to it. The necessary thing is to self-reflect and improve. If life were truly all suffering, you wouldn't even have time to complain. If life were too grueling, you wouldn't have the strength to moan. Because you haven't truly hit rock bottom, you still have the spirit to weep about life. Others usually don't care how much injustice you've endured. They don't care about your suffering. They only notice the results you deliver. Therefore, when meeting life storms, just remind yourself, after passing through the storm, the sun will appear. Don't waste time sighing in front of others, because they don't really care. Some things will become lighter once you let them go. Some people's mere recollection brings you happiness. Some pains, once understood, help you grow stronger. Brooding too much over a problem only keeps you stuck. In truth, no matter how simple something is, overthinking makes it complicated. Just keep a calm attitude, a wide heart. Then whatever happens will pass simply and gently, leaving behind peaceful days for living. Each of us has our own personal sky. Sometimes it's stormy, sometimes it's clear. We dwell in it, and no one else can intrude. Each heart has its own cores of emotion, with both sweetness and bitterness. Occasionally, we ourselves cannot fully understand it, nor can others. Our deepest feelings sometimes can't be told. That's why they're called the heart's voice. Tears unfallen can make life feel harsh. Some people smile radiantly every day in public, so they have no chance to share their private pain. They're used to telling stories of achievements, so sorrow never has the chance to be expressed. Their advice to others is always sound, yet when trouble happens to them, they remain stuck and confused. Guiding others comes easily, but when it's our own situation, we feel stuck in a muddle that's quite common. Some things, if they never happen to you, you won't fully understand their weight. Some circumstances, if you haven't experienced them yourself, you can't truly grasp the emotions involved. If you know that life's storms or sunny days are just temporary, then only what remains afterward is truly important. Why be so bothered by these changes? We often commit the same mistake. We get used to someone's kindness. Suddenly, one day they slip, and we immediately forget all their remaining goodness. We often remember only others' weaknesses and faults, enjoy picking at them, then conclude that they're worse than us. The more you look, the weaker you think they are. The more you observe, the more you find them unacceptable. Actually, disliking others is like looking in the mirror if we scowl. The reflection also shows a scowl, leaving both sides unhappy. A small shortcoming in another person's eyes becomes magnified in ours. Being forced to face someone you dislike is vexing, like a thorn in your skin needing to be pulled out so you can feel at ease. Remembering others' mistakes is like punishing yourself with their wrongdoings, leaving you unhappy all day. So try to remember people's good qualities. For their imperfections, show a little tolerance. Over time, you may find everyone has something to offer. If the mind only holds positive things, how beautiful the world would appear. Memorizing others' good points is far better than noting their faults and harboring resentment, tormenting yourself endlessly. Don't judge others' behavior as good or bad, because it doesn't affect your livelihood. Don't discuss others' morality, because you might not be morally superior yourself. Don't evaluate someone's family, because it's unrelated to you. Don't judge others' education, for knowledge is something no one ever fully possesses. Don't spend money wastefully, for tomorrow you might be unemployed. Don't be arrogant, for tomorrow you might lose your status. Don't overshow your abilities. Know that no one is entirely inferior to you. Practice humility. Don't rely too much on others because everyone has their own problems, and in their spare time, they just want to rest. Don't do anything that harms another, because retribution will inevitably find you. Never waste time envying someone else's life, no matter how wealthy they might be. Neither comment on whether someone is happy, even if they seem solitary and friendless, for happiness is like drinking water, only the drinker knows if it's warm or cold. Don't remark on anyone's character, for that's their personal matter. The flaws you see in others are, in fact, your own deficiencies in cultivation. Life is meant to be experienced, not calculated. Emotions are meant for connection, not for testing. Parents exist for us to show devotion, not to make demands. Friends are there to share, not to be compared. Loved ones are there to care for, not to harm. Money is for spending, not for measuring. Fame is for contribution, not for boasting. Material possessions are for use, not for hoarding. Faith is for certainty, not for oppression. Life is not a battlefield, so there's no need to determine winners and losers. Among people, increasing empathy will reduce misunderstandings. Among various tasks, offering concessions increases peace and lessens conflict. Some situations require endurance. Some require letting others go first. You don't need your name in lights, nor do you need everyone's agreement and understanding, because each person has their own viewpoint and character. We often overvalue ourselves, leading us to worry about gains and losses, and we think others don't understand us. Actually, we should lighten our sense of self, reduce the ego, and put ourselves in others' shoes. Then the world becomes far more lovable. It's said that the more you open your heart, the greater your joy. The more tolerant you are, the more you will receive. Don't talk behind others' backs, and don't pay too much attention to gossip about you. A truly useless person wouldn't have anything for others to talk about, while an outstanding person will likely be scrutinized and criticized. In this life, admitting your fault is honesty, and forgiving others is your grace. If you bring honesty but receive no grace in return, it shows the other person is somewhat petty. You can't control other people's words. The simplest thing is to keep your heart light. Sometimes it's not necessary to see everything too clearly, because once you see the full picture, you might not want to act. Once you fully understand someone, you might not want to associate with them. Truly, in the depths of every person, there is a hidden corner that remains unseen by others our entire lives. All obstacles and difficulties must be individually faced and quietly resolved. No matter what happens, don't spend your days upset, because we never know how much joy might await us tomorrow. How many new roads are there for us to take? How many doors still need our effort to open? Life includes joy and sorrow, bitterness and sweetness. That's the nature of the human realm. No matter how much sorrow you face, when you wake up, let it become the past. Being stuck in yesterday's memories only wears you down. Overthinking breeds worries. Being too meticulous burdens you with self-inflicted pressure. Desiring too much leads to fatigue. Only when you feel happy inside can each day feel leisurely, the body and mind be free, and you find life worth living. We need to send out a bit of kindness to keep human warmth alive. Sometimes we must let ourselves be a bit foolish so the mind stays unburdened. We must let our loving kindness flow to bring harmony to life. We must pause the commotion to feel peace. Spending time in nature refreshes our soul. Living simply keeps our spirit noble. Learning to give and share makes life meaningful. Treating everyone tactfully fosters mutual understanding. We must forgive so we can meet again in goodwill. We must be self-reliant to grow in maturity. We need strong resolve to move through difficulties. Sometimes we must express ourselves to unburden our worries. We should understand the Triple Gem Buddha, Dharma, Sangha to calm and illuminate our minds. Choose compassion as your foundation to find peace in the future. Show gratitude and remain faithful in times of hardship, for that is how we return to our awakened mind. Our minds shape our lives. Thus, we should plant seeds of joy. If we had only one day left to live, would we still rush around competing with others in life? Would we still be apathetic and calculating toward those around us? Would we still indulge in meaningless pleasures? Would we still hold resentments, harbor hatred, or do harmful acts? Would we still speak words that hurt others? When we face death, the worldly gains and losses, ambitions, and deep resentments no longer matter. they all become trivial and fade away. When there is no time left for many choices, people instinctively choose the most precious things. They choose kind and loving thoughts, choose to live sincerely and kindly with others, choose to do good deeds, say kind words. They choose to tread gently so as not to harm the places they pass, and they choose to breathe calmly and mindfully to hear each soft beat of life. We know this, yet why do we still fail to master ourselves and get swept away by negative thoughts about winning or losing in this fleeting world? In times like these, may we always recall, to love all things in this harsh life, we must remember that everything will eventually pass away. Indeed, everything will fade. That very thought will urge us to look at the world with loving eyes, live with gratitude, and do our best, because we don't know if we will have another chance to say thanks, to say sorry, or to do the things we deeply wish to do. We come into life with nothing and depart like a thin wisp of smoke. A human life is that simple. Wealth and glory slip away with time, love and hatred both return to dust. Today, we live in a world brimming with material desires. Power, status, money, beauty, gourmet food, and fine clothing easily make people haughty, arrogant, indulgent, and selfish. When you realize there's a gap between reality and your dreams, when you cannot quell the storm in your mind over resentments and attachments, when you feel powerless to contain bitterness and rivalry, just become aware of life's impermanence. This awareness can lighten your spiritual burdens significantly. At this very moment, let us live in forgiveness, live in tolerance, and treat one another with all our heart. Around us, there are countless wondrous things. Return and live fully today, so that tomorrow, if we must depart, we won't have any regrets. Walk firmly with each step, and offer your presence to your loved ones with a happy smile. Recognize how blessed we are to still be here, in this place and moment. No matter what tomorrow brings, whether we remain or depart, this moment is the most important of our lives. Life is very short. Everyone will die. So what good is it to argue or fight with others? What do you gain by losing your temper? Absolutely nothing. It's better to keep your mind at peace. Quarreling or raging doesn't solve anything. It only sows more hatred and annoyance. By controlling ourselves, not letting negative emotions overwhelm us, we can behave gently and skillfully toward others. I've reminded myself of life's brevity. When I get agitated or anxious about something, I ask myself, does worrying help at all? Life goes on. Death is inevitable for us all. Death equalizes everyone. So while we still live, we should live as best we can mindfully, taking each moment as it is and doing our best in each day. When thinking clearly like that, I let go of worries and live more lightly and happily. Whether we worry or not, we all grow old and die. Isn't it better to grow old without worrying? That is a far wiser approach. No one can deny that being carefree is genuine happiness. Excessive worry shortens our lives, causing illness and an early death. Understanding this helps us let go of anxieties and lead happier lives. The more we think with insight, the more tolerant and patient we become, kinder and gentler both to ourselves and others. We will cling less to material possessions and be less greedy when we truly sense life's shortness. We realize that no matter how much wealth we accumulate, we cannot take a single penny with us when we die. Thus, we become less calculating. We loosen our grip and begin to enjoy life fully. We share love and concern with others. We come to see that life isn't just about accumulating and hoarding. We prefer to be generous and bring joy and happiness to others. Bringing joy and happiness to others is what gives meaning and beauty to life. That is what truly matters. Loving kindness and compassion can sprout and bloom within us like a blossoming tree, allowing us to be truly good people, full of compassion, treating others with a heart full of love, without discrimination of race, religion, or social status. Then life takes on a new radiance, and we can say we are truly happy and at peace, with a smile on our faces. Life can be long or short depending on how we see it. Living one day is already a blessing. Treasure every moment, because once time passes, it never returns. Even when you're troubled, don't forget to smile. Even if you're in a hurry, maintain courtesy. Even in hardship, don't forget perseverance. Even when tired, remember to love yourself. The simplest life is the happiest life. One who is easily content and forgives abundantly will never complicate matters. If you fill your heart with too many things, you become weary. Train your memory to periodically wipe away negative people and events removed from your heart whatever is not kind or wholesome. If a person can live just for one more day, that is a blessing. Cherish every day. Our lives last only a few decades. Don't let yourself die with regrets. Don't let the trivial bother you. Both body and mind will suffer. If certain things are released from your mind, you'll feel lighter. Enduring a little hardship only helps us temper ourselves. The meandering path of life trains us to stay composed. Life storms help us preserve our bright smiles. Life is about empathy and understanding, about placing joy in our hearts. Quietly dissolve a little more joy, let go of a bit of sadness. Whether we are rich or poor, influential or ordinary, well-educated or not, as long as we can smile every day and dismiss worries, that's what it means to live freely and comfortably. Everyone has, at least once, fallen into the depths of loneliness, feeling their own fragility, on the verge of giving up amid life's tempestuous ambitions, or feeling exhausted by people's changing hearts. We feel it's so difficult to find peace in an impermanent world. Life is ending, but the sorrows have not ended. So many concerns, yet not a single matter is resolved. Looking up at dusk, the sky is dyed purple in twilight. One senses that heaven and earth contain unfathomable truths. Each human life is like a book with pages of sorrow, pages of joy, pages of suffering, and pages of happiness. Be strong. Turn a new page every day. If every page were the same, the book would be dull. It needs varied pages so that our emotions can be fully expressed. Only after experiencing suffering can we truly value happiness. All encounters and separations in life are due to karma and destiny. Surrendering to them brings peace. Thus, our best choice is to live without wasting this precious human birth. Do good deeds and cherish what is wholesome, because goodness always brings joy to yourself and others. People typically rejoice when they are about to attain happiness, but once they have it, they worry about losing it. Life is never absolute. It always involves trade-offs. The more you gain, the bigger the accompanying responsibilities. Life is like the sun. Sometimes it's very bright, sometimes it's dim. The nature of human life can be summed up in 2.5 minutes. 1 minute to smile, 1 minute to sigh, and half a minute to love. Life is neither long nor short. If it's worth treasuring, hold on to it. If it needs to be let go, release it. Regardless of how many difficulties you face today, remember that only yesterday can't come back, while tomorrow will surely arrive. Life is a long road with countless crossroads, and we constantly have to choose. Opportunities never repeat. Once chosen, don't regret. Sometimes it's due to karma that compels us to choose and remain bound to that choice. As people reach a certain age, they naturally lose interest in noisy crowds. A tranquil mind helps the body stay healthy and live longer. It doesn't matter if our material life is rich or poor, as long as our inner peace remains steady, we're living a happy life. Amid the endless whirl of time and the pressures of work and life, we get dizzy and weary. Thus, the concept of living slowly is not new anymore. When we slow down, we feel life more deeply. But how to slow down correctly, deeply enough to truly absorb the meaning of it, is not simple. Live slowly so you're not superficial. Slow down so you can recognize your feelings, to listen to the flow of life, to your own heartbeat, and to discover what is truly important and what is just fleeting decoration. When you slow down with a clear awareness, you'll make fewer mistakes. Sometimes your happiness keeps your soul gentle, and often patience keeps your life at peace. If only we could do less comparing, be less calculating, less resentful, more tolerant, more understanding, more giving, then each day would be a new day and the world a more peaceful place. A lifetime passes very quickly. If you can move past illusory fame and fortune, you can touch something genuine. When encountering complexities, resolve them calmly and let go of needless entanglement so your heart can be free to move forward. Yielding to others avoids many trivial conflicts. When you shift your focus outward, you can see a rainbow after the rain. Organizing your baggage lightly allows you a leisurely journey across thousands of miles. In reality, the most beautiful scenery isn't seen by the eyes, but is felt by the heart. The deepest feelings need no words. They can be seen through actions. When you look at everyone and see only their strengths, When you find meaning in every situation, you will find life very pleasant and the world very good. If you look at life with a troubled mind, seeing only obstacles, the world will seem ugly and hateful. Many people wish they were more beautiful. Actually, the best way to become more beautiful is to keep the mind peaceful and the spirit joyful. Such a beauty makes others feel at ease, preventing annoyance. Truly, whatever we gain in life is a result of what we've done before, and what we're doing now will determine our future outcomes. Life goes on like that. If we're aware of this, we can reduce negative thinking and avoid blaming fate when we face difficulties. Each person's lifespan is unique, lived short or long. Each day life continues sad or happy. Each step on the path is different forward or back. No one is perfect, no job is flawless. When you meet someone petty, do not argue, because it will only bring more trouble. When you encounter something complicated, don't dwell on it too much, because overthinking only tires you out. The world is vast. People are diverse. How could you not meet petty individuals? The dusty realm is ephemeral. Circumstances always shifting. How can you avoid troublesome occurrences? Think things through moderately. Look at them openly. When vexed, pause to settle your heart, then smile and let it go. Without the sun, feel the wind and watch the rain. Without fresh flowers, breathe in the fragrance of the fields. Without applause, relish the silence alone. As time turns and years change, don't complain, don't sigh, don't grieve, don't scheme. Keep your heart calm, tread gently on the bright path ahead. Cherish sincere, unblemished feelings. Maintain a positive mindset. When you need to restrain yourself, take a deep breath, change the air. When facing obstacles, stay composed and shift your perspective. If you fail, try again to restore confidence. Practice facing yourself honestly. Be open to life. Learn to forgive mistakes so that each day passes peacefully. Work with humility and treat others with sincerity. In this life, we don't persist because we have hope. We have hope because we refuse to give up. We don't grasp opportunities because they are already there. Opportunities appear because we never let go. We don't do a task because we fully understand it. We understand it by doing it. We don't shoulder responsibility because we are mature. Shouldering responsibility helps us grow up. We don't share because we are wealthy. By sharing, we become richer. We don't express gratitude because we gain some benefit. By understanding gratitude, we earn good fortune. We are distressed mainly because we forget our own responsibilities and love meddling in other people's affairs, worrying excessively about cosmic issues. If you want peace, simply handle what's yours. Stop poking into others' business and don't disturb heaven and earth. When we're young, happiness is something very simple. As we get older, living simply becomes our happiness. So as not to waste this life, do what you love and love what you do. Life often disappoints us because we set expectations too high, cling to distant dreams, and keep too many things in our hearts. Some people or things you can't forget because you're unwilling to. Some you must forget because they're not worth remembering. Don't trust your own eyes too much, because sometimes you only see what you want to see while ignoring what you dislike. In reality, someone who's misunderstood isn't truly losing anything. The one with a wrong perception loses the chance to get to know them. We all think we govern our own lives, but we forget that life requires the cooperation of many, nor should we sacrifice the future for immediate gains. Remember, whatever you gain at the expense of other sacrifices won't last. Life is very short. There's no time for regrets. Don't waste too much time on people or things that bother you, not even a minute. If things aren't finalized, smile and move forward. When you meet someone in life, give them some warmth. When storms come, give yourself some optimism. If you learn how to love life and gracefully balance everything, joy and happiness will gradually spread. Life isn't a race, it's a journey. Races care about the finish line. Travelers pay attention to the scenery along the way. If your mood is good, the scenery will look wonderful. No matter how many difficulties you face today, believe that only yesterday cannot come back, yet tomorrow surely will. Regardless of dealing with friends or family, you don't need fancy words. Being genuine is enough. You don't need grand promises, just do what you say you'll do. You don't need to analyze gains and losses, just ensure mutual understanding. You don't need suspicion or guesswork, just rely on empathy and trust. You don't need to rush in with too much enthusiasm, rather show gentle patience. You don't need to be by someone's side every moment, just keep them in your heart. You don't need intense passion, let it endure and be sincere to the end. You don't need wealth and fortune, just be safe and healthy. Choosing the right job means success for life. Choosing good friends brings wisdom for life. Choosing the right environment leads to joy for life. Choosing virtuous confidants yields happiness for life. Choosing an optimistic attitude gives ease for life. Our loneliness and sorrow don't come from a lack of understanding from others. They come because our hearts can't let someone go. A genuinely good friend is hard to find, hard to leave, and hard to forget. With such a friend, you don't need to pretend or hide anything. Those who truly understand you know who you are without you explaining. Don't unveil your soul immediately to strangers. Some people appear helpful but may harbor other thoughts behind your back. Live life with more laughter because it's short and fleeting. Master your emotions to live in peace. The sadness you endure will eventually fade. Nothing is everlasting. Life is half recollection, half moving on. Return all your sorrows to yesterday, give today your trust and hope, and invest all your efforts in tomorrow. Every matter has its own answer. Once you've done your best, there's no need to worry, simply let fate run its course. Don't judge others' goodness or badness, because it doesn't affect your livelihood. Don't discuss others' morality, because you might not be more virtuous than they are. Don't comment on someone's family, it has nothing to do with you. Don't judge others' education, because knowledge is infinite. Don't squander money tomorrow, you might be jobless. Don't be arrogant, for your downfall might be around the corner. Don't show off too much, know that no one is entirely inferior to you. Practice humility. Don't rely too much on others, because everyone has responsibilities, and in their free time, they just want to rest. Don't harm others, or retribution will find you. Don't waste time envying others' lives, no matter how affluent they seem. Also, don't assume someone with little companionship is unhappy, because happiness is like drinking water. Each person knows if it's hot or cold. Don't criticize anyone's personality, as that's their business. Any flaws of others that you notice only reveal the gaps in your own cultivation. 100 years pass in the blink of an eye. Life is like an empty dream. Fame and love are fleeting illusions. Ultimately, they are as insubstantial as a breath of air. We see that nothing is truly important. Living with generosity gives meaning to our human existence. Certainly, those who live cunningly may achieve success faster, but only those who choose goodness can go far. Always be a good person, even if life treats you poorly. Simply put, being good allows you to sleep peacefully at night, not fearing any exposed wrongdoing. Doing kind deeds brings serenity and joy to our hearts. True happiness is peace of mind. Whatever can be let go, let it go. Holding anger only blinds us. Don't ever plot revenge just to cool your anger, because such things only make you more spiteful. To be happy, learn to forgive. Knowing how to forgive others is not enough. Have you ever tried forgiving yourself? That means accepting your own imperfections and those of others. Your decisions and actions come from a determination to be loving, patient, kind, and gracious. Let us kindle a small flame in winter or become a drop of water in the vast sea, so our hearts can be present in everyone else's hearts. To choose kindness doesn't mean we are weak. We simply realize kindness is the innate nature of humanity. Human nature at birth is originally good. We should not choose the path of evil. An evil person inevitably faces retribution. We choose to yield, to forgive, not because we don't stand by our principles, but because we know that life shouldn't be driven to extremes. This world naturally has many things we neither want nor like, yet they still exist. What matters most is our attitude toward them. If you can help, don't worry about gains and losses, and don't expect gratitude. Life is meaningful when you volunteer. Keep giving without hesitation. You can't take anything with you after death anyway. When you breathe, remember there are so many impoverished people. Life is meaningful when you devote yourself. Love wholeheartedly even if others hate, resent, or slander you. Why bother letting such trifles weigh on you? That's just how the world is. Life is meaningful when you can forgive. Share what you know, don't keep it locked away, otherwise, it may be lost when you die. Life is meaningful when you share. To see life as a battlefield means you'll always encounter struggles. To see it as a journey means you'll always face challenges with acceptance. To see life as ever-shifting clouds means you'll remain calm amidst changes. Life is like that. There's no absolute right or wrong, only acceptance. Whether our happiness is favorable or our suffering is deadlocked depends on our mental attitude facing this life of storms and sunshine. Often, multiple failures teach us humility and patience. Often, multiple successes teach us the value of courage and faith. Many encounters teach us the worth of genuine friendship. Many collisions with reality teach us the value of understanding and tolerance. Much pursuit of fame and fortune reveals the worth of renunciation and detachment. Many conflicts teach us the value of harmony. And the irritating things we frequently meet make us appreciate the cultivation of mind and character. Socializing extensively teaches the value of tranquility and peace. Facing much deceit makes us cherish sincerity and simplicity. Knowing how to let go of what displeases us. Knowing how to walk away from places and people that bring out the worst in us, that is someone who truly knows how to live. As long as there is still a tomorrow, today is always the ideal starting point on the path toward truth, goodness, and beauty. In this life, each person can choose the work they like, the place they want to live, but they cannot choose their origin. Some are born into wealthy families, some into poor ones. Some are from prosperous, peaceful nations, others from war-torn lands with countless hardships. Karma, both good and bad, is what causes people to be born into various circumstances. Yet anyone's living situation can change. A wealthy person who lacks ambition, who only spends but never earns, will eventually become poor. A poor person who keeps striving will gradually become successful. One's environment changes according to one's mind. Failure doesn't necessarily mean you lack ability or opportunity. It can result from believing you can't succeed. When hardship strikes, fear of difficulty and suffering might lead you to give up. People with large, tolerant hearts do not consider their struggles unfair. They do not lament their fate or resent others or heaven. They keep a serene spirit and never stop learning or working to improve their condition. In the face of hardship, some back down, some fall, but some dare to keep going. Each challenge or obstacle in life is actually a valuable chance to cultivate resilience and a peaceful mind, preparing us for even greater achievements. The path of life and the path of spiritual practice share a key requirement: perseverance, patience, and unceasing effort. Even a person who renounces the world can still be lazy and easily satisfied, indulging in worldly pleasures and not striving to overcome their negative karma. Their practice is like trying to cook sand into rice. There is a saying, everything is created by the mind. With each passing year, don't blame your life for being stuck. Instead, look at how your mindset has changed. Sometimes you feel life is unfair because you've given so much without receiving much in return. But the truth is, once you have given, you've already received. These invisible rewards are intangible joys you cannot touch. Sometimes you wonder why you always stay beside someone to comfort them when they're sad, but you can't find anyone willing to listen when you're hurting. There's no real injustice here. Perhaps you'll be repaid sooner or later by others in a different way. All of us are born to this life owing one another. We give and receive in a continuous cycle of exchanging debts. When you give kindness, you gain inner peace. True giving is giving without calculation of what you might get back. The more you calculate, the more frustrated you become, and the less calm your mind is. In that case, you give yet lose the invisible joy that is born from the heart's genuine generosity. Everything we do for one another has a sense of give and take, whether tangible or intangible. Remember that you'll either gain joy or receive disappointment. But even knowing you might receive disappointments, you should still give, because giving is already an act of self-love. You have immersed yourself in life's current. There is no real death. The end is also the beginning of new life streams. Live your human life to the fullest. Joy and sorrow, success and failure will all pass. Spring leaves swirl, awaiting autumn's fall. Live to love, live lightheartedly. If you have a mindset of accepting conditions as they are, you'll live openly your whole life. If you keep a peaceful heart, you'll move through life freely. If your heart is filled with compassion, you can accomplish many good deeds. If you nurture gratitude, you'll feel even happier. If you understand karma, your decisions will be more lucid. If you know when to give way, life will be more joyful. If you preserve a simple heart, whatever happens will be uncomplicated. If you form a habit of self-reflection each day, you'll be more awakened in all your relationships. Everything arises from certain causes and conditions. Between people, if you see someone as a bodhisattva, they become saintly. If you see them as a demon, they become scary, like looking in a mirror. If you smile, the reflection smiles. If you frown and glare, you get a harsh look back. Among friends, if you treat them with respect, you'll receive courtesy. If you treat them with scorn or rudeness, you'll be met with dissatisfaction and resentment. Therefore, in everyday life, treat friends with sincerity, show loyalty to your family, practice tolerance with loved ones, forgive your enemies. If you consistently maintain a kind mindset toward others, eventually they will feel it and respond accordingly. Hold beautiful things in your heart, and the quality of life will improve accordingly. Accepting others opens up possibilities for yourself. Understanding those around you fosters your own magnanimity. A tolerant person uses a kind heart to engage with the world. A person with character shows respect toward others. Someone truly cultivated reveals gentleness in their words and actions. Thinking of others' welfare makes you worthy of their concern. When you respect others, you gain respect in return. Approaching everything with a gentle heart naturally brings calm to your own. Form arises from mind. Circumstances change with our thoughts. If your kindness is strong, it will show on your face and spread around you, yielding good results. Kindness is the purest virtue in a human being. Intelligence is a gift, while kindness is a choice. Why do some middle-aged people have kind, compassionate faces, while others look harsh and resentful? Because the face is born of the mind. The face changes according to the mind. When the mind is beautiful, the face becomes beautiful. Our mind is like a path. The more calculations, cunning, or scheming, the narrower that path becomes. A wide path can't compare to a wide mind. If your mind extends by an inch, your path extends by a foot. A big house is less important than a big heart. A sweet tongue is less valuable than a good heart. Humanity is divided into two kinds. Some are like a well by the roadside for everyone's use, and others are like a well deep in the forest, scarcely of use to anyone. How fortunate you are if you can be taken advantage of, for it means you have value in others' eyes. Don't fear being used. Fear only having a heart too small for anyone to approach. In this world, honesty and kindness are always paramount. Kindness is like a full moon shining in our souls, illuminating the spiritual sky, transforming and uplifting everyone who walks under its glow. A kind thought is a seed, a kind heart is a blossom, and a kind act is a sweet fruit. Each one of us is born with the seed of kindness. If it's tended, watered every day, it will become a robust tree. However, some people lose their seed of kindness, becoming cold or indifferent. Others pollute their seed, becoming cruel or merciless. No one can live without kindness, nor is anyone incapable of being moved by it. Even a heart as hard as steel or as cold as ice can, at some moment, be softened and warmed by a little kindness. The highest level of kindness is not caring about the outcome or any reward for doing good. A good person is like the moon. An evil person is also like the moon. Why is that? Because a kind person is like the moon growing from the first day of the lunar month to the 15th, growing ever brighter. An evil person is like the moon waning from the 15th to the 30th, day by day fading into darkness. Anyone born a human has some degree of blessings, like a moon already shining with a certain brightness. If we don't cultivate and preserve that brightness, but instead create negative deeds, we'll be like the waning moon heading toward darkness. That's sad, isn't it? Conversely, if we value our inherent brightness and continue to nurture and expand it, we'll be like the waxing moon, shining ever more brightly. Isn't that wonderful? Oh friends, awaken silently for even a moment far more precious than 1,000 years of muddled living. A child's innocent eyes hold no boundaries. Do you sense the shores of love? Life is like dewdrops. Gains and losses are all impermanent, washed away. Let go for a moment. To sit alone, sunlight breaks on the horizon, shining freely. 100 years entangled in illusions and worries, yet true happiness and peace already lie in your heart.